Hello guys, welcome to the 6th episode of Getting Started series by Coding Club IIT Guwahati, which is regarding cybersecurity. So what exactly cybersecurity is? Well, you all must have heard about Pegasus. It was a zero-click complete mobile takeover. Such things often threat the digital world. So as a cybersecurity specialist, your job is to look after the security of these digital products to prevent such threats. So now, how do you get started as a noob? First of all, we recommend setting up a Linux virtual machine, preferably Kali Linux or Parrot OS. You can use any other distro like Ubuntu, MX Linux, or any other, or even Windows with WSL, which is Windows subsystem for Linux. But there you will have to install all the required tools by yourself. If you have a low spec laptop, you can dual boot Windows with Linux. In the slide there are the attached VM files required for VirtualBox and VMware. So now the pathway, what should be your pathway to become a cybersecurity specialist? So first of all, you should start with Linux basics, then move on to web basics, networking basics, and so on. Here we have given some of the tutorials. This will take around 1 week if you are a complete noob, or 2-3 days if you have some basic knowledge already about Linux and you have worked with it. To get started with this Linux basics playlist, we recommend setting up the a Linux system as discussed in the previous slide. So you can go on with these tutorials at your own pace. So now about career and internship opportunities. In India, cybersecurity has seen a lot of growth in recent years, and same is expected in the upcoming years too. For the on-campus opportunities, honestly, there aren't much. Like this year, only one company came for a cybersecurity internship, and that too for the first time. So earlier, like there were no cybersecurity internships or placements on campus. But landing a internship or job off campus is pretty easy. You just need to have a decent grasp in any of the domains. So as currently it's a niche domains, so you don't need a complete expertise to land a job. A decent grasp should be enough. There is another aspect in cybersecurity called bug bounty. You must have heard somewhere in news like Google awarded or some X company awarded this much dollars bug bounty. What exactly is bug bounty? So maybe you are using a site and you found some security loophole or anything which you think can be exploited by a malicious user or a malicious attacker, and you report the security issue or that issue to the respective site and they award you money. This exactly is bug bounty. So how much you can earn using it? Well, there are no limits. It depends on your skill, luck, and yeah, is like one example. You can see $100,000 for just like one report. And there are some well-known platforms for bug bounty, which like most of the bug hunters prefer. These are open platforms, so anyone can sign up an account and go start bug hunting. The hacker one and bug crowd. So here is IDOR, indirect object reference. It's like first bug which you can go and start hunting just on random websites or wherever. It's very easy. So this is like a sample code. You don't need to understand the technical details. Just understand the logic. So what it does is when you send a request, it will first check if the user is logged in. If it is logged in, then it will get the ID from this parameter, like here it is 123. So it will get the ID and then show user the details of this ID, maybe the name, date of birth, and all these details, the profile details. So the code looks okay. So if it's logged in, you are taking the ID and giving details. But the main problem here is you can easily modify the ID. This ID is given by the user. So like instead of 123, which may be a real user's ID, he can target some other user with the ID, let's say 133. So your code will give the details of some other user. So it's a very simple vulnerability or a simple bug which you can like easily find in many websites. So you might be thinking, well, how common is this? Like, does this thing really happens? So like I can show you. Let's search for idor hacker one. See, this depends on the severity, and you can see like $1,000 for such a small thing. In this, let's say, see in this like there was a field of user ID. So if you just change the user ID to some other account, you will get the payment information of the second account. So, and yeah, like in the end, here we go. Security never sleeps, it keeps updating. There will be new patches, you'll have to update yourself with the new technologies. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.